give anything away to Riverside, but you cannot foul here. Long distance. Oh, my goodness! Oh, my goodness! Don't take a look at it.
How about that for a show starter? Welcome to Cronkite Sports Live. My name is Sam Stern, joined alongside Ethan Tuttle. And Ethan, it's so good to be with you. And we've got a busy week of sports.
That's right, Sam. It was an action-packed weekend, and I'm just excited to hop right into the coverage.
And hop right in we will as we head out to Desert Financial Arena for some ASU versus UC Riverside hoops. Now, I'm going to pull out my Mark Jones here and say that Luther Muhammad on these first two plays went into his do-it-yourself kit. Look at that smooth into cross-up jumper. He's looking good on these last two plays. Look at this one, too. He can get anywhere on the court. He's going to be huge for this team down the stretch. But another player that's going to be important is Alonzo Gaffney, who came from Ohio State. That was one of his 4 blocks, which led to a Kamani Lawrence freight train all the way off stuff. Oh, Kamani Lawrence, 19 and 12 on the night. There's 5 seconds left right here. We thought that this was going to be the game winner with Luther Muhammad. He gets it off the side of the backboard. They're up 65-63. And then guess who hits this shot for UC Riverside? It's J.P. Mormon from all the way on the other side. Final score 66-65. And here's Bagley with more.
It was the stupidest play of my career, probably. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just let him catch it, get a hand up, contest the shot. But you know, it's just instinct. I thought I had the angle on it. I learned from it now, and just it was stupid. I don't know.
All right, well, we'll stick to the courts here. We're just going to pick it up with the Sun Devil women's team as Jane Simmons rumbles in and gets a nice left-handed layup up and in for 2. She had 9 points on the day. A lot of them came from the free throw line. Here's Northern Colorado. That one gets sent back where it came from as Mayle Giles gets a block that time. She had a few of those, 4 to be exact. You'll see another one right here. Bam, there it is. And now the Sun Devils in transition. Jaden Simmons with the ball, coming right up the middle of the lane. Misses the layup, but Giles gets the rebound and gets it up and in for another Sun Devil score. Now moving forward to the second half, it was Jade Lovell who put up a great performance in this one as she was able to knock down the 3 ball at will. She also has a nice jumper as well, as you see right there on the baseline. And here's another 3-pointer as she went 4 for 4 from 3. Big performance from the Boise State newcomer. Here's another one out on the left side. Bang, got it. She had it stuck on automatic for the Sun Devils. 71-41 win. Sun Devils get out of there.
Good team win. You know, I thought we were nervous. I thought we just had first game jitters. We came out, we punched hard, but then, you know, we're not in great game shape yet, obviously, and so we got a little tired. And also, we just need to get comfortable being up, you know, and not taking our foot off the gas, because we did that in our close scrimmages as well. Had good leads and kind of took our foot off the gas. So, but, you know, we had to rebound better, but I thought, for the first game out of the blocks to have a team mix up the defenses that much was challenging.
Staying on ASU women's hoops, former Sun Devil guard Breon January will have her number lifted into the rafters this season. Our very own Kevin Malater has more on this major accomplishment.
Friday night at Desert Financial Arena, Breon January will become just the 3rd player in Sun Devil women's basketball history to have her number retired. The former All-American and WNBA champion returns to Tempe as one of the best players to put on a Sun Devil uniform. At the conclusion of her collegiate career, January held the program record for most assists. She was 2nd in all-time steals and 7th in all-time points scored for the Sun Devils. But it wasn't just the individual successes that separated Bree from the rest. When her name was a part of a Sun Devil team, success seemed to follow. In the season she put on the maroon and gold, Arizona State went 104-32 and 59-13 in Pac-10 games. The team made a tournament all 4 seasons January was there, which includes the program's first 2 Elite 8 appearances. But despite everything she accomplished within the program, both on the individual and team levels, Bree was surprised to hear the news that her number was going to be retired.
Oh gosh, I mean when Charlie told me, I don't know, I thought it was just one of our check-ins because we check in often, and you know, I thought it was just gonna be a routine conversation. But then she dropped that on me, and I was honestly speechless. I didn't know what to say, and you know, of course, Charlie was just spoke very highly of me and said it was about time we do this. And so, hey, you know, if she thinks I deserve to be out there, I'll take it.
January's jersey will join Ronaldo Vicente and Kim Hampton in the rafters at Desert Financial Arena during the Sun Devils matchup on Friday night with Minnesota.
Thanks, Kevin. Now it's on to some Sun Devil football. ASU struggled offensively this weekend, especially through the air. This is what Herm Edwards had to say.
When we're clicking and our pass game is going, it's fun to watch now because explosive plays are part of football. It's hard to just methodically move down the field. Now, we got an explosive runner that has made some explosive plays for us. That has helped us. But that's not always the case. And you need to, you know, it's easier to fly to California than to drive. Right? So throwing the ball is important. You got to get it in the air, man. You got to hit some of those things. You know, it's I've done both, and it's actually easier to fly.
Let's head out to Sun Devil Stadium as the Sun Devils take the field against the USC Trojans. Early on, Keaton Slovis throws an interception there to Kyle Soley. Great play made by the linebacker. Later on, DeMonte Trainum rumbles into the end zone for the score. That's going to get ASU on the board for their first 7 points of the matchup. Later on, Jackson Dart comes in for the Trojans, scampers in for a 9-yard touchdown run, making it 10-7 Trojans. Here's a guy we've seen a lot of so far this season. It's Rachaad White rolling down the field and into the end zone. He would have 3 touchdowns off of 28 carries for 202 total yards in this one. Jane Daniels, though, continues to struggle. We see another interception there into the hands of the Trojans. But back to Rachaad White as he plants that left foot into the turf and burns the Trojans all the way down the field. And he has one more on the way right here as he's just going to punch this one in as he takes a handoff right up the gut. Sun Devils win this one 30-16, and they ring the bell right there as the Sun Devils get out of there with the win. Jane Daniels, as we mentioned earlier, still struggling a little bit. 11 for 20 on passing attempts this past weekend against USC. He has 2 interceptions as well in that game for 7 total on the year as he really needs to get things back into order. Senior running back Rachaad White has been a fundamental part of the offense so far this season for the Maroon and Gold. His most recent performance may have just been his best so far in the Sun Devil uniform. He recorded 3 touchdowns and had his first game with over 200 yards on the ground for ASU. But he's also shown he doesn't have the trouble finding the end zone as he scored in 9 out of the 12 total games he has played so far in his career. How's that for some consistency? But that's not all though. In 4 of the 9 games he's played this season, he's been able to record at least 2 touchdowns for ASU. His quick decision making and speed makes it almost impossible for tacklers to bring him down. Week by week, he continues to add to his stat line, and he is just 1 touchdown shy of breaking through the 20 touchdown mark on his career. It also isn't bad timing for White, as they just have 3 opponents remaining in the regular season. With a 6-3 record, the Sun Devils will hope White's performances are strong down the stretch. The Pac-12 has had its fair share of coaching issues throughout the season. Our very own reporter Anthony Remedios details the coaching bonanza.
Thanks, Ethan. For the 3rd consecutive week, the Sun Devils are preparing to play a team without their head coach. The Huskies announced Monday they would be suspending head coach Jimmy Lake for 1 week after an altercation in last weekend's game against Oregon. Washington sits at 4-5 on the season and a cumulative 7-6 since Lake took over the program after the 2019 season. Just a day earlier, the Huskies fired offensive coordinator John Donovan. The offense went a full half without a touchdown in 7 of Donovan's 13 games with the team and have not scored 24 points in a game this season. Defensive coordinator Bob Gregory will serve as the Huskies' interim head coach against the Sun Devils. In Southern California, USC fired head coach Clay Helton earlier this season after the Trojans' 42-28 loss to Stanford. Under Helton's lead, they started the season 1-1. On October 18th, Washington State terminated head coach Nick Rolovich and 4 assistant coaches, all unvaccinated, in accordance with the governor's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Despite the uncertainty of their opponents, the Sun Devils are ready to face a Washington team under turmoil. After all, Arizona State arrives in Seattle after a 31-16 win against an interim-led USC last week.
After a solid stretch of play midway through the season, the Sun Devil women's volleyball team is back in action today in Tempe as they take on the Buffs. Right now, we're in set 3, and it's a 6-5 score, tied 1-1 between both teams. Now our very own Henry Domini gives us a brief glimpse into this weekend's National Triathlon Championships.
Welcome in, triathlon fans, to the sunny shores of Tempe Town Lake, the site of the 2021 Triathlon National Championships. This site has been the host since 2017, and the Arizona State Sun Devils are looking to take their 5th consecutive team title after being delayed 1 year due to COVID. This team has 2 national champions, so there should be some friendly inter-team competition on some very familiar roads for the Sun Devils.
In the 2019 National Triathlon Championship, the Sun Devil team won, scoring just 8 points and winning by 10 over the University of South Dakota. And the Sun Devils accomplished all of this without 2-time defending national champion Hannah Henry finishing the race. In Henry's absence, senior Kyla Roy swooped in and claimed the top step of the podium with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 22 seconds. The battle between Roy and Henry will be won to the end this Saturday on the roads of Tempe. To start the race, the triathletes will take on a 750-meter swim around the 4 marked buoys, heading straight out and then taking 3 right turns, then a quick left to head them back to the beach to get ready for the next 2 legs. Heading out onto the streets of Tempe for the cycling leg of the triathlon, the athletes will have to complete 3 laps to finish the 20-kilometer bike. The route includes 3 tight hairpins, which will challenge the athletes' bike handling skills and tax their legs as they accelerate out of the corners. The triathlon closes with a 5-kilometer, 2-lap run around Tempe Town Lake. The course is very flat for the run into the finish, and this is the likely point for the winning move to be made. This year could see the winner with the first ever time under the 1 hour and 1 minute mark. And with 2 national champions vying for another ring, this might just be the needed motivation to make a course record fall this Saturday in Tempe, Arizona.
Thank you, Henry. ASU wrestling is back in action, and the squad is looking to continue their success on the mat. Sun Devil wrestling reporter Reese Andrews has more on what to expect from this year's team.
ASU Wrestling is looking for another dominant year on the mat after having 5 2021 Pac-12 champions returning in Ja'Cory Teamer, Anthony Valencia, Cordo Norfleet, heavyweight Colton Schultz, and 125-pound national champion runner-up Brandon Courtney. Coach Zeke Jones said the Sun Devils are excited to get their hearts pumping, nerves clicking, and get back in the gym. They added All-American Kyle Parko as a transfer student from Fresno State, boasting a 19-4 record last year, including a 6th-place finish, up a weight class at 149 pounds in the NCAA tournament. ASU travels to Boone, North Carolina this Sunday to participate in the Mountaineer Invitational.
Thanks for the preview, Reese. Now let's hit the ice with Sun Devil men's hockey reporter Matt Venezia for a breakdown of ASU hockey's next opponent, Quinnipiac.
Just to get a little bit of knowledge on this Quinnipiac team, we start with its transition game. Keep an eye here on Jaden Lee, a defenseman from the nation's 5th best team. He uses his speed while the opposition is making a line change to go coast to coast on the rush. He's going to split 4 AIC skaters to get a chance on goal. The Sun Devils have to close up neutral ice and make the Bobcats dump and chase. The Bobcats have won over 58% of their faceoffs. That allows a lot of zone time. With all that open ice there in the middle left open with gliding defensemen, it's too easy for Bongiovanni to crash the net. The Sun Devils have to be better in front, helping out Brady and Cross. The Quinnipiac defensemen are just as dangerous as its forwards. We're going to highlight Zach Metza here. He's going to leave his natural point position and step in from the point to set up a cross-crease assist. The Sun Devils have got to keep an eye on all the forwards and defensemen in this series should ASU come back to Tempe with 2 wins over in Connecticut.
Thanks for the breakdown, Matt. Earlier this week, I got the chance to take a tour of Oceanside Ice Arena with coordinator of hockey operations, John Loeffner. Here's how it went. Before we hopped into a tour of the facilities, I stopped by John's office to get to know the man behind the everyday hockey operations at Arizona State.
Yeah, so I started in Utah with the Utah Grizzlies in the ECHL. I was there for 3 seasons. And then I went out to South Carolina for a season. Ended up coming back to Utah. And then made my way here. So it was, ECHL's, it's a pro league, but it's, we call it a 4-letter league. It's definitely minor league hockey, 12-hour bus rides and stuff like that. So. Yeah. A little different than being here with Division I sports.
Yeah, so I mean, out in South Carolina, Utah, so now you're in Arizona. You've kind of been all over the board. How does Arizona's hockey culture compare to some of the other places you've been so far?
I mean, it's an NHL city, right? The Coyotes have been here for 26 years now, so it's one of the best hockey environments I've ever been in. And you know, that's second nature when you have an NHL team. The team tends to build up that support and fan base. So this is as good as it gets, man. This is unbelievable out here.
And when you came into Arizona State, I mean, we see what it is now. We see what they're building now at the new multi-purpose arena. What was it like when you stepped into your position here?
I mean, it was awesome. This was a dream job. As soon as I saw it open, I knew that it was something I wanted to do. And just to get the opportunity was amazing. And you know, to help build a program, to be a very small part of building a historic program was an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
All right, we're heading up here. So, John, can you tell me what's in this room right here?
Yeah, I mean, this is our skate shop / my office / equipment room, and kind of a little bit of everything. You know, we've got our skate sharpener. We've got a profiler here, which just kind of shapes the blades into different ways. A riveter, which is used to attach the steel to the boot, essentially. We got a big heavy-duty clay sewing machine here, so that'll allow us to fix or repair pretty much anything equipment-wise. Yeah, so this is actually, it's called a Clay's sewing machine. It's actually meant for shoemaking, believe it or not. This will sew through anything. It'll sew through a skate, it'll sew through plastic, it'll sew through your finger. I've come dangerously close to that a few times. But mostly we'll use it for any equipment repairs or modification to the actual hard equipment, or a lot of times we'll use it to fix gloves, to patch palms in gloves, stuff like that.
Take a look here at the stick wall. How many, do you guys know specifically how many sticks you actually have right now?
We're probably at 300 or 400 sticks right now.
Wow.
Between 12 and 18 per guy, depending on the guy.
Here we go now.
All right, so we're here in the locker room. John, can you tell me a little bit about the locker design and how long you guys have had these units in here so far?
Yeah, I mean, they built this locker room the year before we turned Division I, and it's a great locker room. Like, can't complain at all. Beautiful lockers. It's got everything, all the space that we need, so we're pretty lucky here. So on a practice day, we'll get whatever colors coach wants the guys in, usually about 24 hours before. My guys will get it all set up. I'm pretty lucky, and my students take care of that stuff for the most part, so I can focus on, you know, skate sharpening, stuff like that. So this is a typical practice day. I think we're going to do some sort of scrimmage today, so we're about 50-50. On a game day, obviously it'll be whatever jerseys we decide to hang that day, what uniforms we want to wear, and it looks very similar. Maybe a little bit cleaner on a game day, but not too much. Pretty similar. Yeah, we have an amazing partnership with Adidas. We're really lucky to be with them. And Adidas considers us the 33rd NHL team. So everything NHL teams get access to, we get access to. We're really fortunate in that regard. Not many NCAA schools, if any, get that treatment.
So John, how many uniform combinations do you guys have in total, if you have a certain number?
I don't know the actual number. It's a lot. To give you an idea, I believe we have 8 helmets this year. Like I said, I think we're at 8 jerseys and 3 pairs of pants and 3 pairs of gloves. So we'll have to have some math guy, maybe my student can do that.
So have a student, leave that for the students. So plenty of combinations down here in the desert. Take a look up here. We've got some cool game pucks against that series against St. Thomas that was just played. and from earlier in the year, but what's this pitchfork up here and what's its significance to the team in here?
Yeah, so that pitchfork is awarded to the player of the game every time we win. Whoever won it last is the one who gets to decide who gets it next. So it's just kind of a neat player of the game award, and it's one of the most unique.
That wraps up the tour. A big thanks to John Loeffner for letting us poke around his office and space to learn about his day-to-day operations around Oceanside.
It's time for top plays. And with that, here is Tyler Bender with number 3.
Thanks, guys. ASU League of Legends, Juke Joust are finding a big scatter of the week. Bako jumps in, Fire Theft jumps in, trying to find the damage onto Ponky. Finally dies in the Samira ult, but looking Captain Minionator on the bottom of your screen, completely untouched, just cleaning up that back line. ASU would win this fight, win the game in 20 minutes, and go 3-1 in the group stage in the SigDig Invitational.
And we now head to Desert Financial Arena. You've already seen this play. This is an Alonzo Gaffney block, which led to a Kamani Lawrence, watch this freight train, stuff. Kamani Lawrence 19 and 12 on the night. That was his best play right there.
Woohoo! We're back on the gridiron once again here with Rashad White. He's gonna take this handoff off to the right side, sticks that left foot in the ground like I said earlier, and he's off to the races, gone. Arizona State got the win in this one, and Rashad White making number 7 look silly right there.
And that's going to wrap it up for us here at Cronkite Sports Live. For the rest of the crew here helping us out, that's Ethan Tuttle. My name is Sam Stern. We'll see you next time.